I'm a fat guy. I am. I want to fucking eat everything. I just can't. I know what will happen if I do. Okay, cool. So you're going to be fucking broke like all them? What do you mean? I don't understand. And so like, I want you to know that like, you guys can change any of this stuff. That's the bloodline breaker. You know, like I'm trying to tell you guys that like, these things right here that we're talking about, these are how you break the bloodline. You got to live for something bigger than yourself. You know what I mean? And I want you to remember that the next time something bad happens to you, you have an opportunity to prove to someone else. You know what I said? I made this video, and it said, imagine your kid getting older, and he learns that his father was a quitter. I just can't even imagine. Hey, Dad, so why you didn't make it was you quit. Is that right? You quit? You're a quitter? I can't live with that. So I'm not willing to die that way. And you know, some of you guys don't have kids. It's totally cool. I mean, he's 19 years old. At 19, you could talk kids and I would be like, that doesn't motivate me. Well, if you can mature enough up to 40 years old in your brain for just a second, one day you're gonna have kids, or one day you may not make it to have kids. And the life you're living now will be the life that everybody remembers. And so you got to make it now a life that counts. Because really, guys, life is short and you got a lot to do. You know what I mean? This is a big one, and this is like because like people chase titles, right? You know, like I want to be a general manager. I want to be the CMO. I want to be the CEO. I want to be the VP. Okay, whatever. That doesn't fucking mean shit. Okay, leadership isn't a position. And I said this earlier, but it's a skill of influence. So the question is, how influential are you? The way you talk, the way you speak, the way you operate, the way that I hold my wife's hand when I'm out in public, the way that, you know, I do everything. I mean, it's just, you're influencing. And I put anything that can be taught is a skill. You guys got to understand this. A lot of people don't think, like me holding my wife's hand out in public, like people say, well, that's not a skill. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a skill. And if someone else can do it, you need to learn it, and now you can take that skill into your life. Okay, I study human beings. So it's like if I'm watching you and I see you do something, I'm like, dude, I like that. Boom, I'm taking it. You know, I told you that first year I self-developed, I spent $700,000 in self-development. And I studied everybody, and I took the best and I left the rest. And I did that because I was building my identity, and I was building who I wanted to be, and I was building, again, we talk about reprogramming. I was building a new man. Look, dude, I'm gonna tell you guys something. If you don't like who you are, don't try to change a couple things, just reinvent. Great leaders reinvent themselves every day. They're just like, oh, well, I saw that thing, and now I wanna be this, but now also add that. And then like the next day you're like, now I have that and I'm doing this, but also I want to add that. And like you're just adding all these things, and anything that can be taught is a skill. Most important thing, if anybody can do anything and you can see it with your eyes, you can do the same thing, okay? This is a big one, okay? And by the way, you would think that this said is sales, but I put to influence the thoughts, feelings, emotions, and actions of another human being or another individual. That is leadership, okay? Now I want you to look at those thoughts. Whose job is it? Stop getting distracted. Are you ready to turn your annual income into your monthly income? If you want to make more money in 2025 than ever before, you want to recreate your life, you want to put a financial fence around your family, you're ready to change, you got to be like my boy Tommy here. He's training on the Elliott Training Academy. Listen, it takes a couple things. Number one, life coaching, leadership training. The quality of your life will always come down to the level of your leadership. So the life that you have now is because the leader that you are. It's time to change. If you're ready to change your life, download now. To influence the thoughts, the leaders, the way they think, the way they feel, their emotions, and their actions, what they do. All of these things. If you want to break the bloodline, like guys, you can't just make money and exist. Like the big money lies right here, okay? People, remember this, your goal is to be able to communicate and to do these things on demand, when you want, all the time. And if you can do these things, you're rich. If you become the most highly skilled person in the world, and I mean the top 1% in any industry, yes, you will make money, but you will never be called a leader. Everybody will see that, yeah, you were great at that and you made a lot of money, but you never changed anyone's life. This is the key to changing people's lives. Can you hijack someone's brain? I mean, literally, like, if you're not thinking right, but I'm thinking right and I'm around you, do I make you want to think differently being around me? That is to influence the thoughts, the emotions, the actions, and the beliefs of another human being. Guys, this is how you break the bloodline. Remember, breaking the bloodline isn't making money. Breaking the bloodline is like completely like creating a new DNA in your family, you know? Like my sisters are 450 pounds. You know, I'm not that much weight. The reason why is that I'm a fat guy. I am. I want to fucking eat everything. I just can't. I know what will happen if I do. I mean, I know, I've known this for a long time. I know, you guys need to know what your weaknesses are, okay? And by the way, I hear people say like, yeah, but my family, your family. How about that for a minute? If your dad beat your mom, are you gonna go beat your wife? Okay, if your dad beat you when you were a kid, are you gonna go beat your kids? It'd be fucking the stupidest thing. Yeah, but my family's overweight. So you're gonna fucking eat yourself into the ground? Oh yeah, but my family's never made very much money. Okay, cool, so you're gonna be fucking broke like all of them? What do you mean? I don't understand. My mom's an alcoholic, right? Imagine me in there fucking drinking right now. And I'm like, yeah, but my mom. Okay, well, if you didn't like her because she was an alcoholic, so now you're drinking so that your family won't like you, doesn't sound very fucking smart. And so like, I think God puts people here so that we can see what we don't want to become, who we don't want to be. You know, I said something the other day, because like if he's 19 years old, the best advice I'd give somebody who's young, even older, I'm gonna be honest, at 39 years old, I changed my life and I didn't know what I wanted to do. But you know what I did know? I knew who I didn't want to be. I think sometimes you don't need to know, like you may say, oh, I'm gonna do this insurance thing and this and that. Okay, cool. Sometimes you don't need to know exactly what you're gonna do. Sometimes you don't even know exactly who you wanna be yet. You're like, to be honest with you, man, I don't even know who I wanna be. But do you know who you don't wanna fucking be? Sometimes you have that example in your life that you know you don't wanna be that person, okay? And so in my life, I've had multiple examples of people who I don't wanna be. And I know a lot of buddies that have really good family bloodlines that they have good examples of who they do wanna be, right? And also another deal is, let's say that your family has a very successful business, they make a lot of money, but let's say that your dad wasn't ever good to your mom. Well, then you know you don't wanna have a relationship like that, you know? Okay, cool, learn from that. And you know, my family taught me to quit. My dad was married 7 times. So like, my mom was married 7 times. That's a lot of times, dude. What do we know? They're really good at getting married and they're really good at quitting. So like, but I'm not a quitter. And so like, I want you to know that like, you guys can change any of this stuff. That's the Bloodline Breakers. Hey guys, looks like you made it to the end of the video. You're the true 0.000 1%ers. Look, I know 1%ers that can make it halfway through the video, but making it all the way through, you guys are the best. Now, here's what I'd like to do. Number one, I want to get closer to you. The fact that you made it all the way through the video, you're like, man, dude, I want to roll with this guy. Okay, so I need to connect with you. Down below, there's a description box on this YouTube video. There's a link. It says Coach with Me one-on-one. Okay? If you'll go and you'll enter your information, I'll reach out to you in the next 24 hours. You can tell me what you need help with, what your goals are, and we will crush it together. I would love to help you guys go to the next level in life. You can tell I'm changing my life really fast, and I know that you guys want the same thing. I'd love to go with you on that journey. So right now, if you'd like to partner with me, team with me, if you want me to help coach you and push you, everybody needs a coach, a higher level of accountability to go to the next level. Go to the description box below, click on the link, fill out your information. I'll talk to you in the next 24 hours. Let's kill it.